Alright, so I just got one of the H series from the house. I need to go ahead and retime it and get it all situated, but that's going to be going in that old Accord. I think you may have seen on my dad's channel way back when. It's a pretty sweet old Accord, crazy suspension and stuff. Really cool little car. But we got to get the CRX in here. We just unloaded it out of the trailer. I've been cleaning up, sweeping, and taking care of stuff. We got to get the CRX in here so we can fix the axle. Jamie's ordering us axles. We're gonna get rears on the way as well as fronts. We're gonna do the 500 horsepower insane shafts, I think it is. Might be drive shaft shop, but I'll talk with him and figure that out some more. But we're going with those in the rear, and then the fronts we're gonna have the 5.9s if they can fit. That's what we're gonna try and get up in there. As well as I need to get the Gato on the intake and the right throttle body, new TPS, all that situated. My TPS isn't actually like finalized wired, so it's nice that we're doing this now before I pinned a bunch of stuff and got it all stuck and made the way it was. So it's gonna be nice. Probably just go with like a Mustang TPS, kind of what a lot of these cars run. I think the Neon's got a Mustang TPS. I think Derek's has a Mustang TPS. It's just a common thing. Jamie's has a Mustang TPS, so we'll run that, and that'll fix a lot of things, because my TPS has been having all kinds of bugs and situations because it's got these two washers to keep it from being, because if you don't put any washers, it'll tighten down too far, and the piece that turns inside of it will just plunge up inside of the sensor. So it's got washers to keep it from going too far, but even those, like if I tighten those too tight, it turns, but it turns like really sticky, really angry. So get that all situated, and then it should rip really, really well. Speed sensors, all that stuff. I'm excited, really pumped. I got my little list here, getting it all situated and figured out, and then an alternator for the anti-gravity battery, so we can just rip on and rip on, because right now we're charging in between every round, and it did die loading up on the trailer, so it's a pain. But
all right guys, so Goofy's just about got this transfer case out. We're gonna see what it looks like. My theory was we stripped the teeth off of it the first pass that he made, because I saw it spin the tires that time. Oh, I was wrong so far.
Well, there are other teeth too.
So far I'm wrong though.
These are the teeth that are aftermarket. The ones that aren't are in here, but that tells you you're right.
Oh, that tells me I'm right,
because I'm holding that.
That's the piece we needed too. That's the one we've been talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone makes that.
So he's turning this, but he's holding this.
Yeah, this should be, they should spin together.
Dang it.
Yeah, that last one, it was front wheel drive.
Both the last ones.
Both of them?
The first one was, I think it broke the first one. That's why the second one, it drove all wild. So I think it broke when he had that axle go, and just went from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that top off. That's the bearing, right? Or do I need to pull this one out? Different Allen. They changed it up on us. Yeah. Okay, yeah, close it.
Fucking puddle back there.
Now, I wonder if we broke the shaft.
Yeah, it don't look like anything.
Any gears
inside of it.
Yeah, look, because I'm spinning. That's not spinning there. Yeah, so we need to pull these nuts. Oh man. That shaft, I think, is what I broke, Todd. Because look, when I spin this, nothing on this gear here. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's the shaft. Dang.
snap clean off.
2 places. Clean off in the axle and clean off shaft.
The axle and the transfer case look the same.
Dang. Both the same. Kind of hammering that out. All right, so we're definitely gonna need to figure something out with that and go ahead and get a new shaft. I think I may have another stock one, but right now, in this moment, I need to start getting my expansion harness for the 550 going in. I've got it right here. I've got the injectors and stuff. We need to get the Gato in so we can run 8 injectors because we are currently out of fuel. Our fuel is tapped out at, I mean, we could raise our, like if once we get the mechanical fuel pump hooked back up, we could raise our base pressure and make more power, realistically. But we're learning and we don't really want to do that yet. We just want to make everything clean and nice. I need to work on all this wiring later on. I need to make a better hole, a bigger hole, or move this expansion harness into the same grommet so that they can go through the same hole, because right now they both have a grommet that size, and it's just gonna make everything really difficult trying to fit it through that same hole. But I could possibly cut that grommet off, and I don't know, we'll figure it all out later on. But we're gonna get everything dialed in right now and just we're gonna get that intake on and get looking at it. This boost pipe definitely will have some modification. It's gonna need to change for sure because it's not gonna work anymore. Nuts off the...
Yeah. I just got the boost pipe off. Now he's taking the manifold bolts off, or nuts.
Yeah, we're getting this sucker all taken apart real quick. Get that Gato on there. The boozy cat. Jeez.
Alright, the intake's ready to come off. There you go.
Alright.
There's the old one. Oh crap. What's going on?
This is incredible. I cannot even believe this right now.
Right?
Wow.
Looks super good.
I mean, we're already breaking stuff, but we're already improving, so
Yeah.
it's cool.
And I got the expansion harnesses in here too.
Oh, so you started working on all
Yep.
of them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right here. There it is.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then these are going to be the powers that run up here, and for that, maybe we'll be able to run them somewhere else. I don't know. We'll get it all figured out, dialed in.
Did you figure out that relay at all? Or?
Yeah. So it's full of rusty water, and it is stuck on. Every single terminal, all 4 had 12 volts. So I unplugged. So I went digging in the box truck and I found my other transfer case with another stock shaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and get tearing it all apart and see if we can get everything redone and shimmed and everything probably text my guy who put it all together and who put the transmission together and ask him what, you know, he measured out and everything and what he thinks. But all right, so doing a little bit more diagnosis, I noticed it got this bearing too. Look at that edge.
Oh yeah,
that's flat. So I found another bearing. So we're getting everything set up. Looks like this bearing already had one shim in it. No, that is my shim. I had that there. And then I went and found this shim too because I thought I lost that. But so I got another bearing, and then we're going ahead. I just pulled the rail out of the old intake, and I'm gonna start putting injectors into the 8 injector rail, bro. I'm pretty pumped to have 8 injectors, so I'm gonna start doing that and then seeing if I need taller top hats or what I need. Hopefully it's just the purples. I don't think I'll need any taller, but start looking at all that jazz. And yeah, I'm excited. What do you think of that, Sean?
I definitely like the bore on the rail.
Yeah, some good flow for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, oh yeah. Like double the bore size.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm gonna give Morgan a call and ask him some questions about all this and what he thought and measured and stuff. And bearings all look good here, but yeah, I just got this bearing, broke the shaft. Dang it.
Oh, it killed the bearing too.
Yeah, look. 'Cause that was just
Dang.
that poor little guy.
And it's beat up.
So I got another bearing, got my shim. That's the shim that Morgan had in it. That's another shim from my box over there. Yeah, I'm excited. Pumped. Figure all this out.
Cool.
What do you think, Gordo?
that looks badass.
Yeah, we got 8 injectors in there. I got the return all hooked up. We need to get a 12 ORB to, or a 10 ORB to 12 for the feed side, and then just rework the boost pipe some. It's gonna have a little kick this way, but hopefully we can twist it around some so we can get it up away from the starter, because it is such a pain with it being right above the starter right now. But I need to get one more push lock so I can get that aligned, and just, dude, it's getting so close. Bunch of little stuff. I got the secondary harness, all injectors wired and powered. I need to do the switch power inside the car and hook up to the ECU, but things come along really, really well. All right, let me hop in here real quick. Oh. All right, so you see what this is? This is the B plug. Let me pull this guy out a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and be plugging in the B plug for the 550. Don't mind the hot glue. That's how that originally stayed before. It didn't stay anymore after a bit, but woo! Dang. So the B plug's all plugged in there to the ECU. The injectors are all repinned, wired up, power's powered. The 4th relay's here. I have my inputs here, and then my extra outputs here. So I'm gonna need to wire all those stuff. I'll be able to wire a speed sensor now. I'll be able to get strain gauge now. I'll be able to do rear wheel speed now. All the stuff that I, you know, cause I was full. So I already plugged in the FT550 expansion plug there. Might have another plug for that one. I'm not sure yet. I haven't found it, but things are coming along really, really well. I need to hook up this one singular red wire here. This is the switched power, so this is gonna probably go to that little power block right there, that when I turn the kill switch on, then the car gets power. So this will probably go right there, and then everything will be set to jet, and I'm pretty pumped. This is gonna be epic, guys. We're gonna have the 550 fully in here at full force. It was pretty much just a 450 before. It was a 550 brain, but 450 harness. Only had outputs, no inputs. Now we've got inputs, now we got outputs, we got inputs and outputs. 12 volt, 5 volt, everything we need. I'm pumped. So let's just keep cranking away and keep moving forward. Okay, so I've kind of started like tucking the harness some. It was a rat's nest over here before. Now I've got these coil wires and everything zip tied over here. All these are the powers coming up to the front here that I ran together underneath the starter wires. So then we got the 2 starter wires there, and then the rest of it's just these few, and then the other inputs and outputs are out in the bay. So that's a lot neater than it was before. I'm not sure where the cable's gonna get ran yet. And then this is gonna go right about there. We're gonna need a 10 or B to a 12, but I've got the B plug plugged in, the switch power powered up, everything pretty much taken care of. I just need to start wiring my speed sensor, like I'm talking about the regular wheel speed sensor, which we need for the data logs and all that stuff. So I need to wire my speed sensor, and then we'll add rear wheel speed just to have it for the FuelTech's traction control capabilities, as well as we're ordering up a Magnus slipper. So we're gonna have the slipper in there, and that's electronic, which we'll be able to put off the ECU, as I'm not sure if it's an input and output, but we'll be able to add that. And then we'll change our boost control to CO2 once we get that later on. For now, we're gonna stay on gate and not worry about it, but later on, further down the door, we will switch over to the CO2 and do all that stuff. I'm excited. This is freaking awesome. We're getting really close. Just fixing all the little bugs, finding all the bugs. We broke the water tube, guys. So this little mounting tab right here is what mounts it. And so we only have this 16 on there, and then that little tab right there is what mounts it. And I just grinded it so we could weld it back on, but I've bent it a few times to where I could get that bolt out, and I think I bent it too many times to where when I got some crazy tire shake and wheel hop, and not only broke the axle, but it also broke the water tube. So just finding these things now while we're in here. All right, so we're not exactly sure who it's from, but we got a cool little trophy here. It says Kevin on there. Check this out, guys. That's pretty rad. A little trophy. Alright, so I got my little marks there. I'm going to go ahead and start notching. See if we can get enough room here for the big boy axis. Got a rag and a half shaft, keep everything out of the tree, keep it clean. Here we go. So we're in there pretty deep, guys. You guys, this is a big boy axle. This is a 5.9. It's not the pro level stuff, not Porsche level stuff, but it's huge. So you almost can clear it. Almost. And you see here, I did a lot of notching. See that, how there's just a drop off there? I notched all of that pretty far back. I'm gonna move the axle here in a sec, so that the axle could fit, and it still quite doesn't. Let's drop it up here. Still quite doesn't. I'm able to put the front fuse blinds on, but it's just at an angle to where it doesn't quite go on. And that's because I need to notch like this big piece here and grind all this down to where it's about flat with this edge here, and it doesn't have all this and this. So I need to grind that next and try again. We're getting close though. Once we get that figured out, dude, unstoppable. All right, well, I'm pretty pumped because the axle is actually like, it's halfway on the shaft, so it is engaging right now, but I cannot put it all the way on because the clip is rubbing. So I need to notch a little bit more right there on the oil pump where I was just grinding for the clip, and then we got the 5.9s. Woo! Dude, that is epic. Wasn't as hard as we think. Mustang pattern. All right, so Austin and I got driver axle and passenger axles all in, and I'm working on getting the T-case all fixed now. I just got the shaft all pressed apart. Where I think I left my broken one over there, but I got it all pressed apart and the shaft going in. So yeah, shims are all in there. I need to go ahead and just start tightening it up. I got a new nut here. This is the old nut. I need to go ahead and get the washer that went underneath the nut real quick. Boom, boom. Yeah, so this is the shaft. We broke it there and then just went ahead and pressed everything off, kind of like a stud. And then we used the damper from the new shaft instead of the one with the old shaft. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten all this up. Oh, this nut is reverse thread, so you do loosen it to tighten it. Suck all that up, and then we'll go ahead and check everything out, see how it is. All right guys, so the PPG shaft is ordered. The transfer case gear is shaft is all fixed. Axle is all fixed. Everything is all fixed, and some upgrades are going on. We're gonna need big axles. We're gonna need LSD in the rear. We're gonna need a slipper clutch. We're gonna need all the good stuff because we like to ride hard and we like to ride dirty. So we're gonna need all the stuff to make it to where we can just floor this thing and it'll go. I mean, I was riding the clutch on the last class. If you can see in the video, it's popping and banging on the two-step the whole time I'm launching, which means I'm on the clutch still, and it's still just bit hard and axle toast, transfer case toast. So got these things fixed and we're ready to rip. I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited because we're coming in hot.